Yeah, all my geeky friends are here on Monday night. Yeah, are you ready for some geekness? Sorry to sing. I apologize. That was totally uncalled for, and I apologize. Oh my, what was I thinking? I'm so sorry, everyone. But I'm not sorry that I'm here tonight because I'm here with the wonderful Purple Valkyrie. Thank you so much for being here, my dear friend.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Good evening.
It is so great to see you. And by the way, it is way greater to see you than me. I'm sure all of my wonderful chat will definitely agree. Thank you so much for hanging with me, Purple, and joining me tonight. We have, of course, this is going to be a basic Monday night Mark C. Comics talk with no just open comicsness, whatever kind of pops in there, folks, which is my way of saying I was too lazy to cultivate a topic. So I'm just going to comic geek out. But I've done it before. Many times. Too many times. Which basically means I'm always too lazy to come up with a topic. So there you go. But we'll have more topic. I mean, that'll be, there's a topic for you right there. Topic of what topics to come up with. I love the topic. I don't know about you.
It's a good topic.
It is. The topic is absolutely topical. Oh, sorry.
Let's see what you did there.
That hurt. Oh, my God. Oh my goodness! Look who is here. We got always a great chat. By the way, before I say hello to our wonderful chat, I cannot tell you all how much fun Raquel and I had. Well, I've been having all week, of course, but especially Saturday night. The Saturday night Star Trek crew, you guys are just phenomenal. We had a wonderful time. Of course, this past Saturday night we did Star Trek 3 and 4. Then, of course, this coming Saturday, we have spoiler alert, 5 and 6. We're going to finish with the movies and move on to. Oh boy, TNG. But yes,
you guys are doing incredibly well with that show.
We're having so much fun. That I can tell you for sure. That was our biggest one the other night as far as people. How many people were live? Came in live and everything. It was amazing. And
they seem to be getting longer as well.
Well, actually, we did bring this one in considerably less time than we did the week before with that motion picture in Rathacon.
Well.
Because Raquel had a lot to say about the motion picture.
Rathacon, what can you say?
Yeah. And our approach to all of these is, we've all seen them a zillion times. There's no point in there's no point in EFAPing them. Those guys are the best at doing that. Mm-hmm. No point in a deep dive, in-depth review, but basically just talk about our thoughts and even feelings and emotions about how much we love, or if it's criticizing it, what criticisms we have, but and different facts about the film, things like that is the way we kind of want to approach it. A little bit different from just a straight deep dive into the minutia of the film, because that's been done so much. And again, people who truly love these films or shows have watched them all tons of times and have their own opinions and things like that. So, but anyway, we're having fun in the chat. I tell you, Purple, they're incredible. They really help us out and really. Yeah, I mean, we're interactive with them. We talk to all of them. We get their ratings of the film, or in this case, or the episodes or films, and read their little reviews and stuff. It's fun.
Is really Lord Froth still the strictest when it comes to reviewing?
Well, you know what? He is, but he was Lord Soft on. Was he here today? I don't know if he's here tonight. He was Lord Soft on one of those films. I was surprised at his review of Trek 3. I was surprised, but he's. And we love LT, but I don't know if he's here tonight because I got the chat turned back. So, but he is the stickler now. He is.
Tadas brings up a good comment. He says day 79 streaming for Clobberin times. How many streams are you on now, Clobby? Have you had a break yet?
Oh, I'm maybe getting close to a month. I haven't missed a day yet.
Wow.
And it's not on purpose. Insane. I only do 4 months show a week, so it's there's not a day that has gone by. And it's not like I'm trying to end the streak or continue it. It just happens.
Just going to keep it going as long as you can.
I tell you, with not even no effort towards doing so or ending it, just sort of see what happens. So no day has passed that I haven't been streaming. And in some of these cases, 2 or 3 times in a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I blame Paulie for part of it because he's, he'll call me. And by the way, love Paulie, Latino Slant, of course, everyone. But he's called me on a couple of them. The other day on the Shang-Chi trailer reaction we had on his channel, which is great. So with us tonight. Now, our good buddy Dad Man Walking 55 is here. Hey, you, sir, damn you, are having way too much damn fun on vacation. I'm too jealous of you. I want to ride that roller coaster. The Doctor Doom, come on.
Me too. And the Velocicoaster. I really want to
my
go
God.
on that.
I'm loving your coverage of your trip there, buddy. And hello to your wonderful family. I hope they're having a whole lot of fun. And I hope they're having as much fun as I'm having jealousy of you having all that fun. That is fantastic, man. That is great stuff. Out at Universal, right?
Universal, yeah.
Love it, man. The great Snortopoopus is here. Snortopoopus Huber. I'm not going to yell it like Raquel. Sorry, it's her job. But you are a good bear. My good buddy J-Man. Of course, it linked to his and many other channels, including the wonderful Purple Valkyries channel, is in my description below, everyone. He's a cool dude, and we're a kindred spirit because he likes to do what I do, as a lot of us do. Just have a lot of fun on this channel, geeking out about comics and comics-related topics. And so that's what we're all about here. Let's see who is with us. R1 Avalon. Hey there, my dear. It is so wonderful to see you. It was great seeing you the other night with the Trek crew. By the way, also, you were all of you were fantastic last Wednesday. Thursday for the Global Geek Gang. You were great. You're always great. I mean, you're always great. And then Wednesday night with Flash and I were doing our follow-up, Purple, to our top 25 all-time favorite movies show.
Yes, I caught some of that.
We had
a really good show.
Thank you. We had so much fun doing that. And TV shows next. Oh boy, it's gonna be tough.
Is this going to be another top 25, or is it going to be more?
That's a staple with us. We did it, like I said, on BTR. We ran out of. We did so many, our 25 countdowns that we do in that format. People seem to like it back then. I hope they like it now. We love it. We have a lot of fun. And yes, the countdown is that's what this will be as well. TV shows, and I'm not kidding you when I say that we were hard pressed to think of a new one to do, because we've done it all over the course of 10 years,
I can imagine.
But now that we're here, no one here has really seen any of that. So it's, I'm not a big fan of remakes, but in this case, they're remakes of the old ones. And your list changes over time too, I've noticed. Mine has.
Your tastes change, I would imagine. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it'll be mostly the same, but there'll be some stuff you'll add, which we have. And so mine and his we revised them a little bit. My TV show looks like list is gonna be quite revised. Mike Beats, hey there. Good to see you, sir. Janet from another planet. Hello, my dear. It's great to see you. See who else is here with us. Where's Persia? What's up, buddy? All right, man. It is always great to see you. D. Bud Martin, fellow co-conspirator in the comic shop owners cabal. See Eric K for details.
Is that Eric spreading that rumor again?
That's him. Because there's Dark Shadow Logan. I don't know if he's here with you because I'm not to the bottom of the chat yet, but there's D-Bud, there's Dark Shadows Logan, there's me, and there's Gary, and he thinks there's some kind of evil conspiracy going on for these former comic shop owners. Eric, or as I call him, the Bronze Surfer. We had by the way, we had a drawing for a special prize that Raquel's giving out the other night, and Eric won. Eric and JT Kirk both won.
Nice, congratulations.
I'm not sure what they're getting, to be honest. I think she told me, but I forgot. I forget things. I'm old. Mark the Infinitely Tired. What's up, dude? Almost to the end here. I had to roll the chat back out because I didn't want to miss anybody, and then it rolled on me. If I'm missing anyone, let me know, everyone. Your Muslim uncle. Hey, man, good to see you, buddy. The great Pat S. All right, bro. Oh, Palamis Minion. It is lovely to see you. I hope you are being safe. And Pupper, of course. The Pupper.
Oh, the Pupper. We love the Pupper.
We love the Pupper. And I hope you keep both hands on the wheel now. Let's see. All right, I think we may have caught up. Just Joe. And this is one of my buddies from the old school, the BTR days forever, man. Always good to see you, brother. A.K.A. Jobber. Just Joe, bro. Oh, my goodness, man. I was thinking about you the other day, buddy. I was missing those old football shows we used to do with Shoemaker, man. Those were fun. Let's see here.
Mark says he's got a question that he wants you to ask, apparently.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Did you put it in there?
I'm just scrolling up to try and find it. It says, "Damn, missed opportunity for Clobby to ask my question to Purple to crack her up." What are you doing, Mark? What are you doing?
Go for it, Mark. I don't see it. Is it not in there yet? Yeah, well, you could ask away, brother. Anything for you, man. Yeah, well, if they put one, I have to scroll up. Where is it? Give me an idea, Mark. I don't know where it is. I haven't seen that one. Oh, Pat S did ask me something earlier today. Let's put a reminder. Don't forget to go fund me for Rambling Canuck. I think Purple has the link. Does Chris have that link? Maybe because I don't have the link. But if anyone has the link for Rambling Canuck, we will definitely put that in. Absolutely, would love to have it in there. But I don't have it. I should have got it earlier. I've been out all day. But if anyone can put Chris, if you can get it, or Pat, or one of you, you can let me know, and we will be happy to put that in there and wish the best of luck to Rambling Canuck. And I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but I'm glad it did. I'm perfectly happy with it rhyming, even if it was an accident. Oh my goodness! As soon as I get that up there, now again, I can't find the question there, dude. You got to send that to me if you can. But you can DM it to me. Yeah, okay, cool. Go for it. I'll look for it. Let me know when you've done so. Is it, I mean, I don't know. Do you know it, Purple, or no?
I've got a sneaking suspicion, given what he's put in the chat, that it's about what happened yesterday on the show. So.
I definitely want to know. Let's see here. Well, Mark, when he sends it, so you're okay with me reading it then?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Yes. By the way, thank you, J-Man. Show notes. I am so honored and pleased to be a part of Iconicon, Retro Blasting's virtual convention. That will be July the 7th. And I will be a part of 4 different panels and hosting one of my own on the 7th. That will be 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it will be about comic shops of the 80s. Michael with Retro Blasting and Alex with the Infinity Equation podcast. They're 2 great channels will be joining me. And I'm going to talk about the industry, the business, what comic books were like back then, all that kind of stuff, because I miss those times. A lot of people lament and really, really miss the 80s with good reason. It was such a wonderful decade. I mean, of course, it's hindsight maybe, but whatever. We just loved it. I still love it. Remember it fondly. For some of these people, it was their childhood. For me, it was my young adulthood, but, there you go. And it was such a great time. Man, what a time to be a comics fan. It was the best decade for being a comic book fan ever. But I'm biased, I guess.
Everybody loved the 80s. Even if you went around in the 80s, everybody loved it. Not just comic books and comic book shops. It was the films, the music. Not so much the fashion, but everything else, pop culture was awesome.
Oh, it was just amazing. It was amazing. And way back, I mean, maybe 8-9 years ago now, Retro Blasting and Michael and I did a show, top 25 80s movies. We just kept it to the 80s, and it was tough making that list. It was tough singling out 25 of those, I'm telling you. And we're going to do that. I'm going to get him to, it's been so long, I'm going to get him to do that with me again soon.
Yes, that would be a fun one. Be curious to see if your lists have changed since the last time.
I would be willing to bet that it wouldn't have changed much in this case because of the decade, but they might be rearranged a little. But we had the same number 1, of course. But we had, I mean, there were some that of his not on mine. So, because there's so many. I mean, I can't give you one from this decade or not many from, the past couple of decades. In other words, I couldn't do a 90s list. I like some movies of the 90s. A few. I couldn't do it.
Could you do 25? Probably not.
Not me. I mean, I'm sure many people can, which I think is fantastic, but not me. I don't think I'd even be able to, I mean, maybe 10. I'm talking about that I love, that I'm really, stoked about. Sure, there are a lot of good films, But, Eric, there he goes with it. Yes, your ears are burning, bro. We were talking about you. about our comic shop owner cabal. By the way, there's a Purple's channel, everyone. Sure. Please. She is on. Now, you don't do Tuesdays, though, right?
I don't do Tuesdays, no.
Monday, Wednesday, and Monday, then Wednesday through Friday, and then Saturday.
Sunday. Sorry, sweetheart. Yeah.
Oh, Sunday. Oops, sorry. Damn it. Don't listen to me, everyone. I'm an idiot. Steve Mitchum, what's up, bro? All right, let's see here. Chris Crockett, bro. All right, man. Good buddy. A great pal. All right, let's see here. He's got the question, and you put something in the private chat there. So let's see here. Okay. And there's gonna. Let's see here. But anyway, yes, this will be July the 7th, 5 p.m. Well, I'll get back to that. I'm going to do the question first. Okay, Purple. Somebody's making you laugh at something. What am I missing?
Oh, this is a lead up from yesterday. Things got a little bit out of control on the show.
Okay.
So, apparently, Mark thought it was really funny. So this isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
Coochie Cousins. You made me say it. Now, if you made me say it, so now you have to talk about it.
Okay, so this was a term that I wasn't familiar with. I actually had to go look it up because I was that innocent. So apparently, it means two ladies who have been with the same gentleman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I could almost guess who brought that up. I bet if I guessed it, I would guess it right. Never mind. Good. Was it Mark?
No, it wasn't.
Was it Eric or Chris?
No, I actually had
Mandy
Summers on with me yesterday, and
that was her.
Yes.
Oh my! Mandy. I don't know her, but I love her. We had a great
chat. She's lovely. She's a real sweetheart.
No, she's beautiful and wonderful, and she really knows I would love to talk to her about comics one day. She's too big to come on this channel, of course. Bigger than us, of course, but bigger than us. I'm just kidding. Teasing, because I was telling her I've had some talks with her on Twitter, and she's a sweetheart.
She is. She really is.
Wow. So she actually just said that on. Oh my God! And you had to look it up.
I had to look it up. I didn't know what it meant. So I was so innocent. Not anymore.
Oh my goodness! Wow. Oh man. Oh, let's see what. Oh, here we go. By the way, did I put it in there already? Put it in there again, just in case. There's the GoFundMe, folks, for Rambling Canuck. And you know a little bit more about the situation than I do if you want to explain to them what that link is.
Yes. Our lovely friend Rambling is in need of our help at the moment. He's going through a rough patch. He's quite poorly at the moment, and he has to go on to dialysis. So the GoFundMe basically is to help him. Anything he needs, that's what we're hoping to do for him. And if anyone can share it out, we would be incredibly grateful. And a big thank you to everyone who's helped so far. You guys are amazing.
Absolutely. There's that link right there. Anyone who can help, or if at the very minimum, at least get that out there. Please share that if you can, and let's get that gentleman some help, because I don't know him personally, but I know some wonderful people like Purple. And I know Loki and a lot of other people have been good friends with him for a long time, if I understand correctly. I've never had the pleasure of meeting him, actually, but I know of him, and I wish him the best. Look at Captain Hipster Spock. What's there? Hey there. And who else is here? Someone else just popped in. Oh, look who's here. My goodness. We haven't seen this guy in a long time. Should I say his name right?
Yes.
You sure?
Do it.
You going to cover your ears?
Mm-hmm. Ready.
All right. You asked for it because, dude, we miss you. I haven't seen you in a while. Dr. Hercule Monkey. Yeah. You deserve that long one there because we haven't seen you in a while. How dare you? Good to see you, Doc. What's that, Doc? Oh, my goodness. So I will be, in Iconicon, I will be running this panel here. And again, I don't even know if it... Go ahead.
When did you say this was? Sorry, Clobby.
It'll be a week from Thursday. It'll be July the 7th,
Nice.
5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And my panel will be again with my great buddy Michael and my new friend Alex with Affinity Podcast. Inquisition Podcast will be again comic shops of the 80s. And then I will also be on some other panels that I will be sitting on that won't be I won't be running them. A British science fiction panel of the 80s, because I know I don't qualify because I don't think any of us are Brits, but I don't know. There might be a British person on there. I don't know, but I'm going to pretend to be because I don't want to get busted. But I do know a little something about it though, because I do love and have loved it I've loved Doctor Who and Blake Seven and many other shows for quite a long time.
I would consider you an Anglophile, definitely.
I so am. I love it, and I certainly love those shows. So we'll talk about. I don't know exactly what we'll talk about other than those shows, but then we'll do that. James Bond of the 80s, Moore and Dalton will be a panel that I'm going to be on.
Nice.
And I'm actually going to be on the Return of the Jedi panel.
Really?
Yeah. Michael, you sly little dude. You know what I think? I mean, he knows. Well, I'm nicer to the Return of the Jedi than I used to be, but I think he wants to. He knows I'll behave myself, but I've had my issues with that. Now, again, water under the bridge. Now, the sequel, the Disney sequel filth has made me actually far more well disposed towards it.
It's funny how many people say that, and the prequels.
Yes. Yeah, I was never the biggest prequel hater, nor the biggest fan of them either. I like bits and pieces, but I was kind of they never really bothered me like they did a lot of people. I always understood the criticisms of them, and they are eminently watchable compared to sequel filth. For me, anyway. But man, comics were comic shops. The comic business in the 80s, folks, was just fantastic. So, and that was just my time there. Thank you so much there, Captain Nips the Spock. I absolutely, devastatingly appreciate it, sir. And I love your accent as well, sir. And again, let's see. And by the way, there is a link to his channel below, just as there's a link to many other channels in my description below. So let me get rid of that picture there. Oh, one other little quick note, because you know what, Purple, we talked about this last week.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Marvel Comics sucks, and Marvel Comics will not celebrate their flagship title, the most important comic book they've ever produced, which was Fantastic Four, in particular Fantastic Four #1. They won't do it without the. And by the way, a little side note: are you familiar, Purple, with a book that is out right now called Life Story of the Fantastic Four?
I've heard of it. I haven't looked into it though.
Well, a good friend who knows me called me and asked me, said, "Have you picked up? Did you pick up Fantastic Four, Life Story of the Fantastic Four yet?" I said, "No." He said, "Don't, because you don't need an aneurysm."
It's really that bad.
He told me things that happen that occur there's like 2 issues out now. He didn't get about 2 sentences in. I said, that's enough. What jackass greenlit this? But we know the answer, don't we? I mean, idiots, morons. I almost, after he told me, I don't know if you've ever done this. Maybe this is an old person thing. Maybe only people when you get old like me do. You could ask me, well, what's so bad? What'd they say? I can barely remember any of the stuff he said because it was aggravated me so much. I'm now forgetting a lot of it because I have to put it out of my mind, or just really. This is what you guys do for the 60th anniversary. You let Dr. Doom get married. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you read that crap, but I just saw it.
I saw it. I refused to read it.
Oh, so stupid! I saw it at the comic shop the other day, but I saw. Let's see. There are things in this life story of the Fantastic Four, which is so ill named. Let's see. What are some of the things? Of course, Reed is an idiot. Reed is a dumbass who is obsessed with Galactus, but nobody believes him about Galactus. Oh, Reed and Ben were not friends at school. So as he told me that, I'm like, well, that's over. Stop right there. That's all I need. What do you mean they weren't friends at school? Yeah, Johnny brought him in later because he goes, hey, I know a guy. He brought him in to pilot the ship later. They don't steal it or anything. Like, wait. Ben and Reed weren't friends before? Go screw yourself, Marvel. Dickhead who wrote this, I better never meet you.
It's like they calculated it just to piss you off.
Yeah, right, exactly. Why would you? And they've got crap in there. First of all, and Sue is a brilliant scientist, of course. And knows, even though she never was a scientist before. I have no problem with the lady scientist, as you know, but that's not what she was.
No, she was a model, wasn't she?
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. She was, and isn't that okay? It's okay that she wasn't. Does every female character have to be turned into that now? If she was, fine, but she wasn't. There are plenty of wonderful, female scientist characters that have been created, but there are plenty that aren't. Just as not all the men are scientists either. Johnny's not. Ben's not. Only Reed is. So they're not buddies. Oh, Victor, they barely knew Victor Von Doom. He didn't go to school with me. There's this crap where they're married later, and Reed's such a jackass and an idiot that Sue leaves him for Namor. Go screw.
Sorry.
Now, even though there were things going on with her and Namor before, which he did go after her a lot. And she and Reed did break up a couple of times, in the comics throughout the history of stuff. But no. In fact, I saw something before this came out, a piece of art from the thing that showed them in costume, that they were all normal, and it was before they got their powers. I'm like, wait, what? And they had the 4 on and everything. Like, wait a minute, why do they have costumes if they don't have their superpowers yet?
Yes, isn't that kind of jumping the gun a little bit?
It's moronic is what it is. And that's how you celebrate the 60th anniversary of the comic magazine that made you, the comic that made you that you wouldn't be here without. With this garbage. Not just, look, you want to do an Elseworlds, that's one thing. Even though they don't call them Elseworlds at Marvel. Yeah, well, Chris, it's some kind of alternate universe crap, but that's beside the point. Why would you do this shit? This is the 60th anniversary. So it's just like I said, everyone. They're not going to celebrate the Fantastic Four properly.
Clearly not.
It's up to clobbering times. That's all there is to it, folks. Because as you all know, I've decided. Last week I was talking with Purple. I've decided I am hereby. I'm now claiming ownership of the Fantastic Four. I own it. I'm going to be suing Marvel.
I think they should have given you the film rights, to be honest.
I should have them. I do actually. I'm just claiming them right now. The Fantastic Four, folks, belong to me. Hereby declare that anything you see from now on with the title of the Fantastic Four in a comic book, on a movie or whatever, is ersatz filth. It is not the Fantastic Four. That's right. Nothing ever happened. Just like the John Byrne jackass said about Superman in the 80s when he retconned his origin. I'm gonna quote my nemesis John Byrne, but I'm doing it also as a tribute to the great, our dear departed great Mark C., who was a John Byrne fan. So this is a tribute to my good buddy Mark C., because he wouldn't like this crap either, because he loves the Fantastic Four as well. He loved them, and that is, and I'm going to quote his favorite artist, John Byrne. Except instead of referring to Superman, I'm referring to the Fantastic Four, and it's this. Because he did say this about Superman that angered me back then, but now I'm stealing it. And that is this. Nothing ever happened to the Fantastic Four unless I say so. None of their history that I don't approve of ever happened. Nothing being produced by Marvel Comics or Disney's shitheads matters or counts. It's all crap. Screw them. I call the shots. I will cast the film. And if they don't listen to my casting, then the film is irrelevant. And I shall deem it not the Fantastic Four. Here speaks Galactus.
Here.
And Doctor Doom. I think Galactus and Doctor Doom would agree with me on this.
I think they would as well. Just out of curiosity, who would be your casting for your ideal Fantastic Four film?
Well, I would have to go with. There's the thing. I would kind of go with unknowns, pretty much. Although people are all hyped up about John Krasinski playing Reed Richards, I wouldn't have a problem with that. He's good enough. I guess. I don't know. But right now, since I don't watch a lot of the current films and all that kind of stuff, I'm not sure there's an actor out there that I have an eye on for any of them. I could just tell you types. For example, I would want, as much as I'm not too sanguine on those Fox films, someone in the spirit of the way Chris Evans played Johnny Storm, because he did play it perfectly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But for Ben, you got to have a big athletic kind of guy, because then you're going to CGI him for the rest of the time, and you could even have some another actor do the voice if the guy's not the best of actors, but at least someone who can get the job done as normal Ben Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
Someone big man on campus type, big athletic guy. That's what Ben was, as you know.
Yes, a footballer. Yeah, if you need somebody with the appropriate build.
Yes, he was a big guy. I mean, back then they had fullbacks in football. He was kind of a fullback, but now he'd be more of a linebacker. And he's a pilot, and there's the point. He kind of had it all, and then he turned into a rock monster. Sue, wow, who would be good Sue? You know what? I had one in mind too, and that I'd seen in some stuff, and I can't remember. Wow. But
I
I'll tell you,
pictured Sue was not. I know she was a model, but I always pictured her more as the girl next door, kind of good looking, somebody more relatable.
Yeah, she's beautiful, but she's related. I mean, she really is a very beautiful woman, but she's the heart. I think I told you about this once before. One of the better issues of What If was called "What If the Invisible Girl Had Died." That was when that was when they sexistly called her the Invisible Girl. At that point, still sorry everyone, but they did. But it was "What If She Died Giving Birth to Franklin," which she almost did if Reed, Ben, and Johnny hadn't battled a nihilist and got that element out of the negative zone to save Franklin's life as when she gave birth. And the story, postulates the what if she hadn't made it, if they had been detained just a couple of seconds longer and not got back in time. Amelia Clark is a good pick. People have said, I'm just make her look like that. What we're looking at right there, make her look like look like the comic book, and is all I ask. And a good actress.
I didn't hate Jessica Alba, but she wasn't Sue Storm.
I'm with you. She's wonderful. She's lovely, and again. You know what? Actually, the way she didn't really come off the Sue that much. She did was written kind of like her. She kind of wanted to keep the group together. She was trying to be the glue that held the group together. In there, some of the group dynamic or the family dynamic was actually well done in those movies. There were just so many other mistakes they made. And in this thing, they had Sue's funeral, and all the superheroes were there, and everyone's breaking up. And basically, it was Peter Gillis who wrote the thing. Did a pretty good job of communicating how important Sue is to the group. I mean, she's it. She's the heart, and she's the glue that keeps them together. Because they broke up so many times, they had so many problems, and it was pretty interesting that Reed went nuts after the funeral, and he decided he wasn't going to go kill a nihilist because he caused the death. And it was heart. It was a wonderful. Reed is always so cold and emotionless, you would think, and thoughtless sometimes because he's so mixed up in his work. But losing Sue destroyed him. And he went after a nihilist, and Submariner had to stop. He had to go and try to help him stop him from destroying himself as a favor to Sue, because he did care. He cared a lot about Sue, and even though he was their enemy sometimes, and it was a really good story. But it sells how Sue really has to be cast with a really good actress. Sure, she's a beautiful woman. She's got to be the heart and soul of the group. Reed's the brain, Johnny's the emotions. Ben is the courage, and she's the heart. And because Ben is the courage, a man who's, how often have I said The Thing is my favorite character, because he's a character who, usually in this type of fiction, when someone turns into a monster physically, they become a monster inside. You know?
Yes, that's what makes him such a great character, because he is tragic. It's like you say, he had technically everything, and then he has everything taken away from him.
Has it all taken away.
Mm-hmm. Whereas everybody else has amazing powers, he, as you say, gets turned into a rock monster.
Yeah, exactly. Brightest day. Hey there. Dadman Walking says, let's see, saw a comic book today with Dr. Doom and the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know when that comic came out. Is that real? Because yeah, he isn't in the Fantastic Four, but Doom's been all over there, all over the place. If you saw him on the Guardians of the Galaxy, it may have been from that series from the 80s, that when they brought him back for a while. I don't, when Vance Astro and all those guys were in there. I'm not sure what series you're referring to, damn man. I would have to see it. But Doom fought them all, man. The whole, yes, he's primarily FF, but he fought the whole universe all the time.
Oh yeah. He'll pick fights with anyone who crosses him.
Absolutely. Dwayne Johnson is the thing. Captain Hipster Spock says, I'm pretty mad at him right now. He's Black Adam, but
yeah.
But I'm not sure about, again, as far as specifics. It's always, I do think that a lot of times, sometimes you can go, that actor should play someone. But a lot of times, unknowns is kind of the best way to go. Not always, but sometimes. I mean, look how well it worked with Christopher Reeve.
Yes, absolutely.
And usually, a lot. I mean, who knew really who Hugh Jackman was, even though his Wolverine is not like the one in the comic? Who really knew who Chris Evans was? I'd seen him like in one movie before he played the Human Torch, which is why after he played the Human Torch so convincingly, I was like, him as Captain America, that wisecracking kid? I don't think so. And then I loved him as Cap.
Mm-hmm. Same, yeah. I'd only seen him as he was in like teen comedies before that, and but no, he really took on the role, and I can't see anybody else as Captain America now.
I don't want anyone else to play him anymore. I mean, it's bad enough they had to ruin him with Endgame, but it's tough to cast the FF. But I do know I want them to look like what you're seeing right there. Well, thing doesn't have to be that lumpy, but it don't have to be the lumpy thing. But you know what I mean. It could look more like the thing I got in my avatar.
Yes. Do you have a kind of perfect look for the Thing? Is the one that you used the avatar? Is that how you picture him?
I like that John Buscema one there, but I'm a Kirby. I'm a Kirby, extremist. Kirby's thing is my favorite. There's so yeah, I like the Rocky look, the smooth Rocky look the best though, as far as that's concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, so change my avatar there. See, that is the John Buscema one right there, and I love him, but it's Kirby every time. But you know what? In tribute to the great Mark C, who's, let's it's only fair we go with his, because I do like Burns' version of it too when it's that one there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many. There's so many, by the way, so many different iterations of him, and he changed so much over the years. Steve Mitchum, whoever plays the Reed Richardson look like Jordan Peterson. Oh man, people. I don't know Krasinski that much, but people. I mean, I'm sure he could do it. The guy everyone's all excited about. Everyone seems to think he's going to play Reed. Look, Reed is not going to. I don't want to get controversial. No, I'm not going to say it. He's not going to. How do I put this, Purple? He's not going to look like he does in the comics. If you take my meaning. Yes,
I would imagine that we're going to have race swapping. Would that be a fair way to say it?
And probably for at least two of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but then again, as I've already declared, it won't be the Fantastic Four because I have spoken. I am the Watcher, and if I'm not watching it, it doesn't happen.
And Marvel, well, it wasn't even Marvel, but they already tried this with Fan Four Stick.
Oh boy!
Look how terrible that film turned out.
Did you sit through that thing?
I did. Unfortunately, I'll never do it again.
The night it came out, I sailed the high seas because there's no way Jack's Mama, good to see you. Always lovely to see you, my dear. Obviously, there's no way I could go to a theater, to walk into a theater to see that abomination. Bad enough I had to be in the same city it was filmed, as I've told you many times about my travails there. So, yeah, I sat through it the once. If you sat through Fan Four Stick, folks, I can't say anything because I did too.
We feel for you, though.
Wow. It is just so bad. It's that's one of those films, almost every film you can think of, Purple, even use fairly despised films, you can find someone that you can find, there's always, they'll say there's always one. You can find someone out there that likes it if you try. I don't think I may have heard rumors, but I'm not sure if I've ever heard anyone liking that movie.
I've never come across anyone who actually likes it. No.
I'm sorry. I turned my phone down there. Why are you doing this? Phone doing this to me? And I'm sorry. I didn't turn it down. Now it's making me get my code in. I got to turn that stupid sound. And I'm sorry, everyone. So unprofessional. Forgot to turn the damn thing down. But it's possible. Maybe that would be a topic for a show. We're going to find the one person on the planet that likes Fan Four Stick, and then we're going to be mean to him. Kidding.
And then we can tell them why they're wrong.
Yes, in a nice way, folks. We're going to be very nice. Who am I kidding? We're not going to be nice at all.
No, it's a terrible film, and it deserved to be panned as it was by pretty much everybody who saw it. Even critics and shills couldn't find anything good to say about it.
Yeah. I mean, except for, I think it was, and you know what? Something is bad when Rotten Tomatoes doesn't even shill for it. It went to a 13 or something on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever right when it came out.
Wow.
I mean, look how they shilled for garbage like Last Jedi and stuff like that. Because again, of course, that was different. They were lying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I don't know why, but you can find people to defend The Last Jedi. They're probably lying to themselves, but you name the bad film, and there's someone who can defend it. But I've defended some films that most people don't like. We all have, I think, but this one, that might be one of the most universally hated films ever made, Fan Four Stick.
Mm-hmm. I would be inclined to agree, to be honest. Obviously, it went through multiple problems with the filming. They lost the director halfway through because he got fired. The cast really didn't work. They didn't gel as a group. I always thought they were miscast. There were reshoots after reshoots. It was just
And the Thing was naked.
Yes, the Thing was naked. Dr. Doom looked like a crash test dummy.
Doom looked to me like he was wrapped in cellophane with a garbage bag on his head for a cape. His cape looked like a garbage bag, and which was appropriate, really. And then there's a scene that I always love to point out. Where they're down in some, because everything is real. Every scene's dark, and every scene's what film looks like it's filmed in a cave. They're down in this facility, wherever the hell they all were, and Johnny, and it's a completely fairly dark, dim lit room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Johnny bursts into flames as a Human Torch, it would be want to do, and the room's still dark. He's on fire, but I'm no scientist. But when a flame of that size gets lit, the size of a man, there's going to be a lot of light, I think.
Yes, he would definitely illuminate the area. But they just couldn't be bothered to do that, I guess.
Well, the idiot director, Josh Skank, he really ruined the set. I mean, the movie's going to be, look, if he could have been the nicest guy in the world, the movie was going to be garbage. But he was terrible. I don't know if you all know all of the shenanigans and stuff that he did, but he got in a lot of trouble. Mm-hmm. He was set to direct one of those stupid Star Wars spinoffs because at that time no one knew how bad they were going to ruin Star Wars. So he was hired to do some of the, all these plans they had for all these different Star Wars spinoff movies and stuff.
Oh yes.
He was signed to direct one, and then after the way he acted here in my town, and the things he did here, not just on the movie set, that too, but things he did outside of that on his own time, fired. Who knows what the dude's doing now?
You know what? I haven't heard of him since, so I have no idea if he ever did anything else after. Not that I've really kind of looked into it, but I heard the stories that he was incredibly difficult to work with.
Probably an Uber driver now or something.
So,
I'm just saying. What else? I don't know. Actually, I don't know. What am I saying? He's such a jackass. He should have made it in Hollywood easy. Dude, what you did, dude, where you screwed up, Josh, was you waited. You were a jackass too soon. You should have behaved yourself for one movie, and that movie was going to be bad, but you might have survived it. But you might have still kept your job with Disney if they let you do something. And then you start being a jackass once you get in with the big company. Try not to be such a jackass when you get started. But look at the idiots who gave him that job off of one movie he did called Chronicle.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've never even seen.
Read a film. No.
I haven't even watched it. You liked it? You didn't see it? You saw it, you mean?
Saw it. I didn't like it. Didn't think much of it at all. I
heard it was like a found footage film or whatever like that. Well, why are you giving this guy this movie? But I don't know. What can you do? Dad, man, I like to be diplomatic. So I'm sorry, I was a little over the top there. No, because I try. I just try.
But it's because you love the Fantastic Four. This is where the passion comes from. You hate seeing your favorite comic book characters disrespected, and not just once, but continuously. It's a sad state of affairs when the best film we've ever had came from Corman.
Yeah, and I still think it's bad. It's just, at least it's closer to what you're supposed to be, and it's a pretty sad state of affairs when you consider it was never even supposed to be released. That's terrible. But I love, like you said, I love these things. Now again, I'm used to this happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to having everything that I love destroyed. By the way, it's kind of I don't know about funny. It's kind of by the time we got around to destroying the big three, which means the big three. When I say the big three, the biggest, I think the three biggest fan IPs that ever existed in the history of humankind are Star Wars, in no particular order. Well, Star Wars is the biggest. Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who are probably the three biggest. I'm not sure if there's anything that ranks up there with it. I love all those things, so I hate that those were also destroyed. But as much as it hurt when they were destroyed, that had happened to me in comics many years before. So I was kind of, I don't want to say, is saying I'm used to it the right way to put it? I don't know. I was a little prepared. When it happened, I wasn't all that shocked. How about that?
You saw the signs. Yeah.
Well, because I'd been there. I have, by the time that started to happen in 2009, when Jar Jar Abrams did his filthy, Bad Reboot did their filth, disgusting, destruction of Star Trek. Their maggot-infested filth. And it's true, by the way. People don't realize this. The 2009 Star Trek movie is infested with maggots. And if you watch it, you get eye maggots. And I just want to make sure everyone knows that. You can survive one or two viewings of it. But if you watch it any more than 2 or 3 times, you actually have these things called eye maggots in your eyes. Just let you know. Because I am a physician. Well, I'm a geek physician. Physician of geek stuff. I have an MD or whatever. I have a PH whatever, and I don't even know the filth. But J-Man, I'm I guess maybe a little desensitized to it. Yeah, I guess. I know, Steve, but I just like saying maggots. I've always liked that word ever since they were on Doctor Who, the Green Death episode with John Pertwee, and they kept saying maggots over and over again. I like the word. I don't know why.
Poor Steve.
Sorry, Steve. They've been doing it to my favorite comic book character, so I guess by the time it started happening to the big guys, the Star Treks of the world and the Doctor Who's and the Star Wars, and things I love just as much as my comics, I was like, and interestingly enough, the thing is, Purple, with with Star Trek, it wasn't even about woke crap. It is now, but I mean, like when it was just destroyed, dumbing it down into crap. It was wasn't until later, till the STD and the P hard stuff that was the woke drivel, but it was already damage was done. With Doctor Who, it was woke crap that killed. Well, yeah, pretty much was. Even with Moffat,
bad writing as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, they kind of go hand in hand, almost really. And with Star Wars, it was that. But remember, there was a time when not everything was destroyed by wokeness. Some of it was just destroyed by revisionist idiots who didn't have any respect for what went before. There's a saying, I'm not saying I coined it or anything, everyone, but respect for what went before is something I've started back in the 80s or 90s with people who would, for example, they would take over a certain comic book character, the writing and chores on the character or something like that, and they would discard or screw around with or revise what went on before and totally just disregard it or dump on it. And so many people would take, these are characters so often created by someone who in some cases are not even with us anymore, or they're not your creation. If you're getting to write them, you should show some respect. If there's something in their history you don't like, just ignore it and do your own stories. That's fine. These, but you don't own these characters. Yes, these companies that are employing you to write these characters only own them because they are part of a company that stole them from these people and screwed these people out of these characters. Show some respect. And they don't a lot of times. And that was happening to comic book characters. Superman, Batman, Fantastic Four, you name it, the Avengers, they would get a hold of these characters and they would act like a jackass. So, who cares if a bunch of old people like these characters? We're gonna market them at this new people, and to hell with the people who love it. That's what's happened to me with comics so much. By the time it started happening to Trek and Doctor Who and Star Wars, or maybe I should say Star Wars and Doctor Who, because that's probably the order it started to happen in. I was just like, I hate it. I hate it. I'm just saying this is just, if I love it, it's dead. It's getting killed.
So, since Marvel won't celebrate them correctly, how are we going to celebrate them instead?
Well, it is August 8th, and we're going to, it'll be 4 p.m. in the afternoon on a Sunday, August 8th, 60 years to the day. We're going to just basically get the Global Geek Gang together, and we're going to talk about some of our favorite, obviously, what's our favorite characters, favorite stories, different things like that. And I'm also going to talk about, I have a couple special things in mind, including a lot of stuff about Jack Kirby and yes, Stan Lee even. It'll be nice to stand that day, I promise everyone. I can be magnanimous. And also going to talk about a book that I don't have a picture of right now called Maximum FF, which I think everyone will find a treat. I might try to get pictures of it. Have you heard of this book?
I haven't actually, no. There's
a hardcover book that came out about, maybe 15 years ago or something like that. I can't remember, that I was given as a gift from Minimus. An author named Walter Mosley. Yes, that Walter Mosley, everyone, the one that got fired from STD. Brought his own issue of the Fantastic Four. And what he did is he had every single page is one panel from the comic. Blown up.
Okay.
And it's kind of a special thing. We're going to show some stuff from that where, it's because that's just one of the most important comics ever made. It's a beautiful book. And we're going to talk about little stuff from the issue number 1, because that's, of course, what we're celebrating. But we're celebrating all 60 years. I'm going to talk about, just different geek stuff that, man, I don't know if anyone's going to be all that interested in it or not in terms of the comic, but we're going to focus on the comic book. To hell with movies. Maybe a little bit about some of the better cartoons, but it's all about the comic, its effect. Oh, you're looking at it now, J-Man. That's a great book, dude. I love it. And by the way, it's a hardcover. The dust jacket is a folded poster of Fantastic Four #1. That if you take it off and unfold it, it's gigantic. I've always meant to frame it, but it's huge. So beautiful book. Love it.
Yes. I'll get the link off you after the show, and I'll go look for it. Awesome.
Absolutely, we could. Yeah, everyone, and we're gonna check that out again. I just love it. I mean, every. I mean, that took them a while, to do that. So, but it's a great book. It's a great thing to have for an FF fan. Now, I have this past Saturday. Oh, wait a minute. We had something that you wanted to cover because I know you have a limited amount of time.
Oh no, you carry on. Honestly,
you sure?
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
I was just going to give sort of a con report because last week you and I were talking about cons. And I don't mean as in wrath of. Okay, Mark. Appreciate you, bro.
You have a good night, Mark.
Have a good one. Oh, Chris, yeah, we'll talk about the 60s cartoon for sure, and the great 90s one. But I'm just saying most of them are going to focus on the comic books. But because Fantastic Four are a comic. Clobberin 2021, it'll be 20, it'll be 22 probably. But yeah. Before it happens. It's gonna be a long way from happening there, I think. But cons are back, folks. We were talking about this a little bit last week. I had gotten kind of eBay is that I think they're cheaper on Amazon, J-Man. You might find it cheaper on Amazon, buddy. Give that a check there. Anyway, there's a little place outside of New Orleans called the Slidell.
Mm-hmm.
And they have this little one-day cons. You and I were talking about cons last week. I got kind of burned out on the big ones. But and there's one other. There are a couple different ones throughout the course of the year that in normal times, my friends and I who live like over on the Gulf Coast in Mississippi, we would all get together and kind of meet halfway and just hang out at the cons. Pat S., where were you, by the way, dude? It was Slidell, man. You should have been there, and you should have. If you were there and didn't contact me, I'm going to be mad at you. I know I told you about it, dude. I had to tell you about it. Maybe I mentioned it last week. Anyway, so and we'd always get together and just kind of hang out at the con a little bit. Man, the price went up to get in this sucker. It's a 2-dayer, by the way. It's a Saturday, Sunday. We only went for Saturday. Mm-hmm. And we just got to hang around the con and see old friends that we never get to see unless we're bumping into them at a con. I told you earlier, I met a friend that I haven't seen in 30-something years, and we barely recognized each other, and it was a tearful reunion. And I met a few friends I hadn't seen in ages, and it was so much fun. But the friends I went there to hang out with, oh, now Chris is mad at me. Oh, hey, you forgot me this year. Dude. You could have gone. I didn't tell you? Oh, God. I didn't tell him. I thought you knew about it. Didn't I send you? Didn't you see the link on Facebook for it? Oh, man. I forgot you this year. I had to be back quick, but you could have rode with me. Oh, man. Dude. I'm going to make it up to you, bro. We'll go to Twin Peaks this week. Then we'll make it up. We'll go to Twin Peaks twice this week. I'll come get you. Dude, I'm sorry. Oh, man, I did forget. Purple, I hate myself.
Oh, honey.
I'm sorry, dude. Wow. Damn it. Dude. I'm sorry, man. Everyone, I'm a piece of filth for that. I'm a maggot. I'm going to call myself a maggot now. So you should all be calling me maggots. Make sure you put maggot in the chat. I now have eye maggots.
I hope Steve's finished his dinner.
Oh, is maggot that bad a word to say? It's just always some kind of natural somehow. Dude, it's on. I'm coming to get you. We're going to Twin Peaks. And no, we're not going to tell everybody what Twin Peaks is if anyone doesn't know. So you know. You do know, yeah. That's right. Well, you've heard it from me and from Mexican Iron Man talks about it, right? Oh my goodness. Well, it's a wonderful establishment.
I believe you. I do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, yes, MegaCon is still in Orlando. That's right. I've been there many times, Dad Man Walking. Well, I mean, not this century, but many times. Let's see. Oh, let's look at Arwood here. Oh my goodness. DragonCon 98. I was there.
Nice.
They became my kids. Oh, Arwen, up until about 2016. Somewhere in the mid 90s or so, I went to Dragon Con almost 20 years straight, except having to miss in 2008 due to a hurricane. So, Janet, there's one in Metairie. You know Metairie, Janet? Wow, are you another? Man, do we have a lot of locals? Janet, are you telling me you know Metairie? My goodness. So you know what? This con, they had Michael Golden was there.
Nice.
Tom Cook or whatever, an animator, and a few comic book artists, Rodney Ramos, a few artists, and a couple of my artist friends were there. Not a lot of cosplayers at this one, but it was kind of small. It was small. It was just a little dealer's hall, like at a very nice convention center.
I like the small cons, I've got to admit. Usually you can find really great deals, stuff that you don't expect, rather than from the big cons that tend to be taken over with, there's lots of Funko Pops and those kind of things. You can usually get some really good back issues at the smaller conventions.
Oh, yeah. Yep, they had a lot. There was a... Oh, are you from... my Janet, are you from my area? Oh, great to see you. Great to hear that. And Arwen, Dragon Con. Yes, indeed. We must compare Dragon Con memories sometime. We're going to go there one of these days again, I guess.
Oh, but Dragon Con's on my list.
You will, if you ever go, we're all going to hang. We must go hang.
It's going to happen.
Let's see. Arwen says, I might know her brother. He's been a guest artist at most of the cons for years. I probably do. I'm not saying I know everybody. I'm not that guy who knows everybody, but I'm down here. I know most people. Wow. Private me and let me know his name if you're so inclined. You don't have to. But have I eaten at the harbor? Yes. Whoa. My goodness. Wow.
It sounds like a trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. What about Port of Call? You ever eaten there, Janet? Anyway, so I didn't buy a damn thing at the con.
Really?
There were a few things. A few friends of mine got some good stuff though. And got again just it's nostalgia. I got to see so many wonderful friends there that I have some the Swamp Basket. Is that anything like the Swamp Room? If you're telling me you go to the Swamp Room, we probably, oh my goodness, I miss the Swamp Room, Janet. I don't know if you remember with that, but you're better. So, wow. I'm not trying to dox you here. So, I don't know if that would be doxing. So, Swamp Room Purple, God, I'd love you. You'd love it. It's open. Well, it used to be open all hours of the night. It's just a little silly little small hole in the wall, like a pool hall type thing in a bar, but has great burgers and great, all kind of great chicken wings and things like that. It's great.
Oh, I love hole in the wall restaurants there.
3 in the morning. Food. Yeah, especially going at 3 in the morning. Blue Hero, hello. So I didn't, but a buddy of mine, a few of my friends did pick up some good stuff at the con. They found some nice things, some old portfolios and some old books. There was a Captain America 80th anniversary figure that I wanted to get that a buddy of mine got, and they had a couple other ones there, but I'm so pissed off. It just came out 2 years ago, and all these people are jacking this thing up to $80 online, and it was $50. I didn't pull the trigger. I wanted to.
50's not bad, I guess.
Yes, it's better. I mean, I stopped myself. It was in the box too. Another guy wanted 65 loose. So like, what's wrong with you? But yeah, you can get loose figures there. I saw a good price on some Star Trek micro machines, a whole box of the ones from the 90s that I wanted to get. It was a good price, but I didn't. I stopped myself. But because my buddies, however, brought me things in the past year and a half. I was telling you before, it's sort of like Swamp Room closes at 3 a.m. now. What the hell's wrong? What happened? Yeah, maybe it did before. I thought it was 4. Okay. Anyway, it's been about 15 years since I've been there, Pat. But the Swamp Room, so there you go. Every time I pass by there, I can't find it anymore because it's so clustered in by that pharmacy or whatever. Anyway, sorry, I keep getting off the topic there. Sorry about that. Talking to the chat, that gets me in trouble. But yes, a lot of friends over the course of the year, they would call up and say, hey, I saw this. Do you want me to grab this? Because I saw this there. I saw this here or this there. I picked that up, And since it's been a year and a half since we've seen each other, they brought me like all the stuff I walked away with. Chris is still mad at me. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I barely told myself. I just totally forgot, dude. Man. I'm sorry, dude. Next one you're going, I promise. Oh, man. And I will come get you. I will. So they brought, I got a ton of stuff, and not one of it was from the con. We did go to a place called Second and Charles. And do you have, let me ask you this, Purple, do you have a thing over there called Books A Million?
We don't. We have something similar, but not quite as good as what you guys have, I've heard. We do, like antique stores and that kind of thing that have usually retro things, collectibles.
Nice. Well, Books A Million is sort of like, it's like, you're familiar with Barnes & Noble or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
It's basically was a big competitor to that for a long time. Janet, you have the Swamp Room in many of your screenplays? Wow. As in you've wrote them? Cool. It's famous, isn't it? I'm glad it's still there. I thought it was gone last time I passed by. I just couldn't see it.
I'm going to look this place up now. I want to see what the Swamp Room's like.
It's nothing special. It's a hole in the wall, but it's still there in Metri. So it's well, you can play pool after you. I like the. I wonder if the potato skins are still good. Anyway, or maybe they never were. So Books A Million is like that, and Second and Charles is owned by the same people. It's gigantic. It's as big as the Barnes and Noble, but they have a lot of used. They have a mini comic shop inside it, which is weird because it's in the same shopping center with another comic shop that unfortunately is closing down soon. Anyway, but Second and Charles has all this. They have a lot of used stuff too. They buy anything you bring in there if you want to sell it to them, like as far as DVDs, Blu-rays, vinyls, video games, comics, books, you name it. And so they have a gigantic book section. They have a gigantic trade paperbacks and hardcover section. They have a gigantic manga section, gigantic toy section, a little mini comic shop, including with back issues, huge DVD, Blu-ray section. Darren M., good to see you. Huge vinyl section, video game section, and a bunch of knickknacks. It's just gigantic. It's a superstore of geekness. So we always hit that on the way out. Then we hit the comic shop. Then it's IHOP. You do have IHOP over there, right?
We don't, but I've been to IHOP in Florida.
Oh, cool. I didn't know you've been to Florida. Wow, nice.
Yeah. Been to the US a few times.
Oh, excellent. So here's what they brought me. The con was just, as always, the con is just an excuse to hang out and have fun with friends. That's all I really use it for. Because, nice. This was a Walgreens exclusive that a friend of mine picked up a year or so ago for me. Diamond Select, I think says it's a Walgreens exclusive here. And this is all hail Mark C, because he loved the Rocketeer. Whoa. Oh, I got Silverado. I got the Blu-ray of Silverado for $5. Yeah, because I lost my DVD copy. I love the film Silverado. Let's see. But here's let's see. That's an amazing figure.
Oh, that is cool. That is really sweet.
Good night, Arwen. So great to see Arwen. You. Oh, that's cool, Janet. Found some old comics, the Red, White, and Blue Store. Nice. And they brought me some. Let's see if I got some. They brought me some. Well, we'll see. Here's the.
I love the detail on that.
It's amazing. I love the Rocketeer. I love the film. I love the comic before it.
I did too. I just always wondered how his legs didn't catch fire with that jetpack.
Yes. They even made that joke. They even messed with him a lot. Okay, I already let the cat out of the bag so I can show this. I got this for Raquel. She knows because I couldn't. I wanted to surprise her with it, but it's going to take some effort to get it to her. She has wanted this book. This is the color version, $12 in the Star Trek section. Yes, there's a Star Trek section and a Doctor Who section and a Star Wars section.
Oh, that's a great find.
I don't know who traded this in, but it's in perfect condition. And she really wants this. So this is for Raquel's probably not with us tonight here, but this is for you. I've sent her a picture. But this, a buddy of mine found at a dollar store. This is a novel, different size trade paperback type format, from the 60s book by the great author Philip Jose Farmer, The Sherlock Holmes, The Adventure of the Peerless Peer, with Sherlock Holmes and Meeting Tarzan. You heard that right, folks. The old Wald Newton guy. I mean, that's a long story. I won't go into all the details, but this is the guy who created all those shared universe. Doc Savage's Apocalyptic Life, Tarzan Alive, things like that. Hardcover book a buddy of mine picked up at Archives, All Winners Archives for like
Masterworks. Cool.
Masterworks. Yeah, it's $8 at Ollie's. That's a $60-something book, $8.
And it's still in the wrap as well.
Yep, still never been sold. Yeah. A few odds and ends comics my buddy brought me that he wouldn't let me pay him for, but stuff like that. He knows I don't like filth, so he made sure they're all by the really good artists and not modern filth at all. Trade paperback of the Legion for like $3. The buddy of mine found. More Rocketeer. This Jack Kirby book's like a $40-$50 book. Ollie's has it for $8.
Wow. I
The
love
Marvel
getting
Legacy of Jack
bargains on
Kirby.
books.
Oh, you'd love Ollie's. If anyone has an Ollie's, by the way, everyone, there's an Ollie's on the West Bank for you New Orleans people. Yep, you got that 80th anniversary cap. Dude, that Walgreens Nova, if you find it, man. But yeah, I love Ollie's. Ollie's has all kind of great stuff. And again, they have this book section where tons and tons of cheap trades and hardcovers and things like that. And there's my idiot friend Claude with his comics he didn't buy. You saw this the other night, huh?
Yep, that cracked me up.
Oh my goodness. Well, so there's just a few things that we picked up. Again,
amazing things.
Yeah, I love that. I love getting that kind of stuff. I just there were some things I wanted to get at the con, but quite frankly, we got done so quick, and there was only so much time in the day. I had to come back, and we only had so much time because I had to get back here to do the show. So appreciate you, man. It's still not out in the States, but he'll find it. Yeah, this Walgreens exclusive crap aggravates me.
Yes, especially if it's something like a toy or something. It's an absolute nightmare to get a hold of. And then you go on eBay and they've jacked up the price at 5 times what it would have been in the store.
Yeah, of course it's tougher to get when it's a Target or a Walmart release too, because people go look for those even quicker.
Yep.
But I do have at my disposal a master, a genius, a magician at getting toys. And of course, he's in our chat right now, Mr. Christopher Crockett, who I'm disappointed by not bringing him to the con this week, but he is a master of it. He can get anything. And he's my go-to guy when it comes to getting figures. So, Twin Peaks, buddy, I promise.
I'll hold him to it. Don't you worry.
Yes, absolutely, dude. What's that article you were telling me about? If you still want to do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we were talking about, obviously, Fantastic Four, and it's some of the original art is actually going up for auction from some of the big comics in the past. So the first appearances of Fantastic Four, Punisher, Ghost Rider, that kind of thing are currently up for auction at Heritage Auctions.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool.
Let's see here. First president. Whoa. Is this original art from this? Let's see here. Bounding.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find the. Wow, man. Let's see here. There's a slabbed FF #1. Heritage Auctions running a number of auctions for the first appearances. Okay, yep. What happened? Oh, I had a problem with my StreamYard thingy. Okay, let's see here. Wow. Okay, we have a slabbed FF #1. Also bright interior. Number 3 overall. It figures it would be at the top. Comics values the book. CCG 4.0 at 8. That must not be in the greatest of condition if it's 8. Yeah, it's not. It's got a 4.0.
Yeah.
Still $8,400. I'm not gonna say anything to our buddy 24 about that. But I'm just saying. Wow, look at that.
I would love to own an original piece of artwork like this.
Well, this is actually the comic, and
oh yeah, yep.
I had a horror. I used to, saying this is painful. I've told you before. I think I had an FF1 in horrible condition.
Yeah,
I had an FF1 in terrible condition. J-Man, you heading out, bro? Take it easy, man.
Good night, J-Man.
Always appreciate you, brother. Mine would have graded out. I mean, the CGC would have rejected it. It was so bad. And yet, I got it in 1982 or 3. I got it for like about $25. I should tell you something, but it was now it had gone up a little, but it was not it was kind of not very complete. But I had it. Whoa, there you go. That's let's see here. There's one.
But look at the prices of them, even though this is only graded at 2.0.
A 2.0 still.
Nearly $1,200 starting bid.
Yep. 24 needs to be on here. Just kidding. I would be teasing them. I guess I can get that cheap. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Amazing Spider-Man 129. And what gets me about this is this is his first comic book appearance. But he did actually appear in one of those Marvel Super Special things or whatever. He was in a magazine before that, but let's see. This is his first comic book appearance, though. He just cover out. Yeah, I love that Gil Kane cover. Oh, man. How much is that? Let's see.
So this is 9.4, and they are looking at...
yep. 3,100.
31, yep.
Wow. I know a few people with copies of that. Oh, and this is crazy right here. I mean, it's a 9.2. First appearance of Ghost Rider for Marvel Spotlight #5. Jesus Christ. $2,800. Current bid $10,500.
Yep.
Wow. That's in beautiful shape, though. Spotlight flies up for auction. Wow, look at that. Oh.
So if anyone's got several $1,000s just burning a hole in their pockets, we know where to go.
Holy shit. Look at this. This is my goodness. Why would anyone care about the first appearance of Rachel Gray, for God's sake? I mean, this is the first Days of Future Past. I could see it be up there a little bit, but first appearances. See, in a second, I'm going to give you an example of how key collectors ruin everything. $825 current bid. Jesus Christ. It's in good shape, but then this, Stan Lee wrote all over it. That copy, the other copy.
So you'd reject that copy?
I don't want that copy. Stan Lee wrote on it. He didn't have anything to do with that comic.
Somebody scribbled on it.
Yeah, he scribbled on a comic he's not even in the credit box for. Steven Seagal, what's up? Well, he didn't. I mean,
hey, Steven.
Oh, stop, Stan. What? I always hated it when he signed crap that he had nothing to do with. His name is in there under as not even as publisher. Inside it said Stan Lee Presents, because we used to call him Mr. Presents.
Well, what is it that you say? Stan Lee invented everything.
That's true. He did create everything. He created creating things. I remember when I created myself. I said, everyone's really going to love this new creation that I've created, which is me. Sorry. And for you Stan Lee worshippers out there, nah, not really sorry. He's talking about a dead man. Hey, I did this when it was alive. Just he's a credit hog. Sorry. Wow, look at that. That was how much? Holy crap! Current bid 360. I'm gonna get in trouble for this, but I never liked the black costume.
Yes, I remember you saying. Was it just aesthetically, or was it just something that you really didn't like about it?
I guess it probably just boils down to liking the original.
Mm-hmm.
Snort. Blue Hero. Yes, he did. Let's give him credit. He really did work on that scribble very well. That's a good point, Blue Hero. Sorry. Hey, I don't disrespect Stan at all. So did not invent dirt. Snort. That's a good one, Snort. Stan Lee did not invent dirt. I did, but he took credit for it. I like it. Oh, Snort wins the day there. That's true. He did create Superman.
I heard that as well, Chris. You're not wrong.
You know, I had a buddy of mine went around some con many years ago, and you know, because people run around with all these T-shirts. I think it was a con. It was out in public. I think it was a con, and they're wearing, you know, because the Marvel movies are big, and you know, in pop culture, Superman, Batman, that sort of thing. Like, and when he would find someone with a Superman shirt, he tested a whole bunch of people who created Superman. Do you know who created Superman? He would ask them. Mm-hmm. You know how many times he got Stan Lee?
More times than you'd be happy with, I would imagine.
One's enough to send me over the edge. Yes. Oh my God! Wow. Well, yeah, that's Spider-Man. I mean, that 300. You know what? I already stopped buying the comic at this point. I never even bought this thing off the rack. Didn't care. But I love these prices. So you know what? To give you an example, I was telling you about the key collectors, mm-hmm. and by key, the hardcore collectors really get aggravated with the key stuff, but you can't do anything about it. Key issues are going to be key issues now. We're just stuck in that phase. And the buddy I told you about that I ran into at the show the other day that I hadn't seen in like 30 years, he was in the business. Oh, you could throw this guy in there too, Eric, in the Cabal, because he also not only bought comics for me, but had his own shop and was in the business for years, still has a big collection. He said, you know, he was telling me about how he had I think the special Marvel edition number 15, which is the first appearance of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. I think it was special Marvel edition 15. I could be getting the number wrong. He said it was weird. I had it up on eBay. And it was like $450 or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, it started to climb a little bit, but not much. And I said, oh, well, that's weird. And I know there's a movie coming out, but I didn't really think much of it. And all of a sudden, that first trailer dropped. At least he didn't know about that. He was just telling me when this happened. And he said, all of a sudden, for some reason, I knew a movie was coming out, but it went up to 1,450, like 14.5 or something like. I mean, like a 1,405 or something, like almost 1,500, something like that. And I said, well, I hope you pulled the trigger on that puppy. I said, oh, you know I did. Yeah, you know, you can get the omnibuses. So he sold that sucker right there. And I said, well, you know, that's the week the first trailer dropped, right? There's already a second trailer now.
What did you think of the trailers, just out of curiosity?
I'm not too big on the trailers. I thought they were kind of, the first one was kind of, the casting of that guy. Now, mm-hmm. Paulie and I on this wonderful Latino slant channel, we did trailer reactions to both of them. Mm-hmm. And I'm not condemning the thing or anything yet. It doesn't look like, I mean, it just doesn't. It's almost a non-starter for me because they're not using Fu Manchu. And we all knew why they weren't going to use his real father in the comics, Fu Manchu, for those who don't know. Master of Kung Fu lasted about 10 years, 73 or 72, 73 through about 82, 83, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. 100-something issues. He went all over the Marvel universe. His father, I don't know if you're familiar with it. His father, I know you know who Fu Manchu is.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, famous character from the novels, and there were movies and stuff. Well, Marvel paid money to use the Sax Rohmer character Fu Manchu as a villain in the Shang-Chi series, Master of Kung Fu. Even his nemesis, Nayland Smith, the old Scotland Yard inspector, who's an old man at this point, is Shang-Chi's mentor in the comic. And even his sister, like I think Shang-Chi's daughter is his sister in it. So that's his father. It's about his conflict with his father a lot, because it was a big time kung fu and martial arts craze back then, as you know, in films and in comics. So it was huge. So the comic lasted a good long time, but now they don't all have they claim we don't have the rights to do that now. Well, the fact is they don't want to, because a few years back, or a number of years back, when they did the omnibuses of the Master of Kung Fu, they had to pay again. They paid the Sax Rohmer estate, and they let them do it, so they made those omnibuses. Are you telling me Disney can't afford the money to pay them to use the character? Of course they can.
They can. They just won't. Yeah.
They won't, because you know why.
Mm-hmm.
And so they take the Mandarin, who they've already ruined in Iron Man 3. Phantom Outsider, good to see you, bud. And now did you see the second trailer?
I did. I wasn't really blown away by it. I didn't think it was really that interesting. I was expecting, more spectacle. And I know people are talking about the dragon, obviously, and it's not Fin Fang Foom.
It is not Fin Fang Foom. But before that, what got me was like, wait a minute, the 10 rings are now the 10 friendship bracelets.
Yes.
There's supposed to be rings on his fingers. He stole those from an alien engine, and they gave him his powers from something. And now the Mandarin I know what they're doing. They're kind of combining some of the elements of Fu Manchu with the Mandarin. That guy, great actor playing his father.
Yes,
so I guess it's the Mandarin.
That is true. Yeah.
The Abomination fighting. Well, I thought everyone said it was fighting Wong. Now people are acting like they don't know if that's Wong or not. Well, the guy had magic. He could have been just some other guy, I guess. I think it's Wong.
Yeah, I think it could be Wong. I mean, obviously we've got the Doctor Strange film coming as well, so it would make sense for him to be, brought back for the MCU.
Yeah, and Phantom Outside, that's right. The name Fu Manchu is problematic. We all know why.
Uh-huh.
I'm not impressed with the casting of the title character. It looks like it's going to, one friend of mine pointed out, because there's some like jokey stuff like there is with all the MCU, that, Shang-Chi really didn't have a sense of humor. But of course he will now. He'll be guffawing all over the place.
Yes, yeah.
And he just, I don't know, all the magic-y stuff. And by the way, that's not, they're not going to say Fin Fang Foom either. Let's just get that out of the way right now. They might say, it might be that character in some ways, but like they always do with the stupid-ass MCU, even the ones I like sometimes. I did like it for a while. But what they always do with the MCU is they take a lot of characters and Frankenstein them, if you will. They amalgamate them. They take bits and pieces and amalgamate and hodgepodge characters together from different other things.
Pick the bits that they want.
Exactly. They cherry pick.
Mm-hmm.
And they're calling that character the Great Protector. So that is sort of probably in a sense Fin Fang Foom, but they're not going to really have his real origin. They're probably not going to say it. Probably not going to call him that. Is it kind of Wong or kind of racist? Good one, Blue Hero. Yeah, I think it's racist. So yeah, I don't know. I watch it. I mean, it looks like it might have some interesting action. I like that actor playing his pappy.
Mm-hmm.
Paulie's really a big fan of that actor playing his dad.
Do you think it was just too obscure a character, or do you think because it's worked in the past, obviously it worked really well with Guardians of the Galaxy? Do you think that's what they're kind of banking on?
In terms of, you mean just Shang-Chi in general?
Mm-hmm.
I think it should have been a series along the lines of Daredevil on Netflix or something. I don't think it's needed to be a big epic movie.
No, I think they could have introduced the character much better in a series.
Definitely should have been a series. They're all about the series now, even though their series suck, in my opinion. Loki,
Mm-hmm.
Are you watching that, by the way?
I watched the first episode and I was bored.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the worst thing that I could say about it. It was boring, and that was a real shame because I love Tom Hiddleston. I really like Owen Wilson. I think they've got good chemistry together, but they've given nothing to work with. And
nothing to work with.
Hate that he's the butt of everybody's jokes.
He's a joke. He's a fool. I hated Falcon and Winter Soldier the most because of how, because I really liked those guys, and I just thought that was a horrible, unfun show. MCU that's gonna, instead all they cared about was telling everybody how racist they are, and it was just stupid woke garbage with some good actors, and just some good characterization, but nothing interesting happening. It's a terrible, terrible writing. And now this is, if you like the character of Loki, you want to steer clear of this thing. It's boring, and he is a joke. And I want to know, they have not explained to me sufficiently, and I have watched all three of them for some reason, how a guy, as in Loki, who can take being slammed into the pavement by the Hulk and not be splattered all over like any of us would, but he can be beat up by all these normal human women.
Yes, just get slapped around. And don't give me that it's at the TVA and he has no power. It happened on Earth too. Not Earth 2, Earth 1, but it happened when he was on Earth. She kicked his ass. He's a wuss. He's a wimp. And I'll give him this. At least Tom Hiddleston's in the show. Everyone thought he was going to be done after one episode. Mm-hmm. Yes. I think we're kind of wishing he had been done after one episode.
I almost wish it, yeah. And all the women are, of course, are mean. And first of all, this is just as detrimental to women as it is men. Men are wimps, and they're punks, and they're getting pushed around by women, and all the women are mean and jerks and stuff, too. There's no better writing for women than it is men. Men are idiots and jerks and dumbasses and weak, and the women are all, pretentious and mean and asinine, and they're not good characters either. It's all woke writing crap, and I'm convinced that they made that. Again, nothing against the lady. She's lovely and all, but she kind of almost reminds me of Jodie Whittaker.
Yes, definitely. It's pushing an agenda, and obviously they came out a few days ago and said that he's canonically bisexual now.
Yes, that was the big thing. And the person who wrote the show was proud. She said the thing she wanted to do most was get it out there that Loki is bisexual. Now, I don't care who is or is not bisexual, that kind of stuff. I don't care about that. But if that's what you're going in for, you're not trying to, I want to make a good show, a good entertaining show with a good story that people, no, I want to get the characters. If the character's sexuality is first and foremost on your mind, you don't need to be writing movies or TV. You're an idiot. Yes.
Again, it's about a message rather than entertainment.
Message. Absolutely. And again, what a waste of Tom Hiddleston. Doctor Whom, that's a good blue hair. Yeah. And I guess she's going to turn out to be the Enchantress, people are saying, or whatever. I don't even care. Again, this, by the way, that's nothing against that actor or any actor. They're not calling the shots. But she doesn't really look like the Enchantress either. She looks like Dr. Jodie.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't seem to fit the role at all, either as Lady Loki or as Enchantress or Sylvie or whatever the hell they're calling her.
Yeah, and also I guess I'll watch the last few because I'm that dumb. But I was dumb enough to sit through all of WandaVision and Falcon Winter Soldier, so I'm dumb enough to watch anything. I might draw the line at I don't know. I'll probably even watch Black Widow. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care about Black Widow. I was talking about it this morning. It's too late for them to be releasing this film now, and with what's going on with the Loki series and what's leading up to Phase 4, it doesn't make any sense to have this film now. I think it was a missed opportunity. But do you think it's odd that these MCU series are so short? Most of them are only 6 episodes. I think WandaVision was 9, if I remember correctly.
It was 9, and I think they probably saw. Hello, Kalel. Good to see you again. And Janet, thank you for being here, my dear. You have a wonderful night. We appreciate it.
Good night, Janet.
I think that I don't know, because these people don't seem to be very smart when in terms of making decisions anyway. But I think they probably saw that, look, stretching Wanda out to 9, I don't know, when they probably took a look at it and said, we bet, we're not going to make a movie, so we got to stretch out a little bit. 6 episodes we can handle. 9 would be padding. What we've got is so thin, it's razor thin. 9 would be stretching it, because it was stretching it for Wanda, and it was, I think maybe they did show, maybe, I hate to give them any credit for any kind of sense, but maybe they had the sense to go, what we got here is pretty thin. So you could make a movie, or you could make 6 episodes and pad it, but 9, no way.
I think it's also that there's so many of these series in the works. They've got to kind of get them out one after the other, because that's how they release them. There's pretty much as one's ending, the next one's starting.
Yes. And again, I think they realize that. And again, that's kind of this is not. I don't even know. Can you really even call this a TV show? 6 episodes. It's 9 episodes in one case. It's not broadcast on television. It's like a little mini series type thing, I guess, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't feel like a TV show all that much, really. I mean, it kind of does, formatted in that way, but they long since stopped making TV shows, episodic TV shows. D-Bud, that's very smart. Let Az watch it. Well, that's why we pay Az the big bucks. Let him watch Loki. I'm with you there, man. But yes, they for the longest time they've been making TV shows where, first of all, they don't remember when they used to take a show like the great show like Babylon 5 or Deep Space Nine or whatever. They would make 20 something a year. And look at Deep Space Nine. I don't know if you ever watched it.
Oh,
I think you watched
Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. Well, look at it. Each episode looks like a movie in terms of looks and feel. And there are 21 of them, 22 of them a year. And now they couldn't make 6 of those now. They couldn't, and it wouldn't look good. They made STD. They puke out what, 12 a year? Is it 12 or is it 8? Yep. I don't know what it is. 12.
Yeah. That's most of the budget from that came from Picard.
But look what they do though. On Next Generation and even kind of in Deep Space Nine until they started doing a few arcs. They write one long story, then chop it up. They don't sit down and say, we need multiple stories. You might be, Chris. I don't know. You just your love is unconditional. The shows are horrible, man, but it's up to you, bro.
I really enjoyed the first 5 episodes of WandaVision. I thought they really had something special. I loved it when it had that sitcom setting. I thought that was a really clever idea.
Yeah, I thought it kind of stretched out a little bit, but I was fine for the first 4 or 5 episodes as well. I just thought it just had a terrible conclusion. But it really got bad at the end, I thought. But not to me, it's nowhere near as bad as Falcon Winter Soldier, because that really took the biggest dump on the MCU so far, even maybe next to Captain Marvel anyway. Captain Marvel. And even this Loki crap, this might be taking more of a dump on it. I don't know.
But it's close. How you look at it, I suppose. I mean, with this show, the way that they've set up the premise, basically nothing really matters because it's all predestined. So no matter what choice you actually make, they're going to make sure that you make the correct choice, or else.
Terrible writing. Look, and again, the people who made this show, the writer who made the producer and writer showrunner of WandaVision, of Falcon Winter Soldier, and this show are all. This is not an opinion here, folks. These are their own words. None of them read comics. One of them came out and flat said, I don't even know how to read comics. I read them and it's weird. I can't look at these pages and they don't make any. It's like, holy shit. None of them know anything about comics. They probably barely know anything about the movies, and it shows. And it's no different from other facets of Disney where they're hiring some people to work on some of these different Star Wars shows and bragging that these people aren't Star Wars fans that they're hiring to write for them. And that's the same with STD and other stuff like that. People are writing things that are supposed to be Star Trek that don't know anything about Star Trek. They're writing things that are Star Wars that don't know anything about Star Wars and have no passion for Star Wars. Same deal with the MCU. That's why they're garbage. I mean, that correlates, folks. It just makes sense that if you got somebody writing for you that doesn't know shit about the material, well, this is what you're going to get. Crap in, crap out.
Well, we said this before. If you don't hire people that have a love of the IP, in the past they'd hired people, especially for Star Trek, who loved it. That's why we had some of the best scripts. They were sent in as fan. I suppose you could say like almost fan fiction, but not quite. People sent in these scripts, and they were actually used in the show. But if you don't have people that love the IP, it is just going to get destroyed.
Yep. Oh, Falcon writer may have went back and wrote some comics. The showrunners and some of the producers sure didn't, dude. And again, they read some. And which comics did they read? And that show was Falcon and Winter Soldier is a disgrace. That show, what an absolute disgrace. Look, that show was really all about. We don't do politics on the show, but and it was all about politics. I'm just saying that show every week was a few decent action scenes here and there, and the rest of the time was telling everybody what a bunch of racist everyone else is. That's all the show was about. That was the point of the show. It's why it was made. I wish they would have just called me on the phone and called me a racist for half an hour. It would have saved me some time. I'll give them my phone number next time. Instead of wasting all that money on a TV show, guys, you can call me up and call me names. You don't really have to do it to the MCU, ruin the MCU to call me names. I could take it up, take it off air. You guys can do that to me. But that's what this was. It was about insulting everybody that they don't like. It was SJW filth, and it was ruining two good characters. It turned into a couple of punks fighting an idiot Pippi Longstopping with super soldier powers, a horrible villain. Mark D with a C. What's up, brother? It's so bad, man. It's so bad. And the MCU, and that's what it is. It's not just a joke. It really is the MCU now.
Well, that's what they said. Yeah, that's the direction they're taking it. Not sure if they're still pushing as hard as they were since they've had backlash from people. Obviously, the next Captain Marvel film has been changed somewhat from what they originally envisioned.
Yeah.
Because she proved to be so unpopular.
Yeah. I tell you what. Well, I appreciate that, my good buddy Chris Crockett. I love you, man, but I don't love you for loving this show. So next time I see you, it's on. I'm going to have to just take you out to the parking lot and work you over, dude. I'm gonna have to hurt you. I'm just kidding. I haven't threatened him in a while, and I owe him a trip to Twin Peaks.
Yes, you do.
I'm coming to get you. I promise we're doing Twin Peaks. I promise you, bro. Oh my goodness. And then we can argue. We can argue about the show while we're looking at girls.
Everyone watching TV should do a shot every time you say Twin Peaks.
I don't say Twin Peaks that much, do I? A lot of them don't even know what that is, probably. They don't have them everywhere. And then he called me old. I'm old. Dude, you're old too. Hey, you're not as old as me, bro, but you were old. Oh, by the way, he's got one over on me, though, because here we go. Eric K. When I was selling comics, Christopher Crockett was just a young whippersnapper buying comics from me. And I was mean to him, and I said, "You shouldn't buy these comics; they suck."
Did you advise him on which he should be buying?
I don't know, because he tells me that that he remembers me at the shop, but like a lot of these friends that I made later, he was a kid, so I don't remember meeting them. They remember meeting me a lot of times. But I can't tell you how many times that's happened where I'll meet somebody that bought comics from me when they were a kid, and so they weren't obviously. I didn't, when I'm meeting them as an adult, I don't remember that, because how could I?
Mm-hmm.
My memory's bad enough as it is. Kal-El, I hear you, man. Yeah, as much as I hated, and the reason why I hated Falcon Winter Soldier the most, though, is because I love those guys. I love Sam Wilson, and I love Anthony Mackie, and I love Sebastian Stan.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to ask. By the way, Chris, I've always wanted to ask Anthony Mackie if I ever got a chance to meet him. Now I can't, because I hate the show, but And I hate the NFL's ruined for me. And Anthony Mackie is from down here, and he's a Saints fan, which I was for 50 years until this last year when the NFL was ruined. And the Saints fans hate the Atlanta Falcons more than anything. And so I've always wanted to ask him, how can a Saints fan play a Falcon, dude? And now I'll never be able to ask him that. I probably still will, though, because he'd laugh, because he knows it isn't. I know he'd have to say it's not easy because we hate the Falcons more than anything. I mean, sports hatred is the most pure hatred there is, as you well know. So, oh my goodness! What? Look, what I tell you?
There it is. There it
is. Eric K is like clockwork. He's money in the bank, isn't he? That's why I call him the Bronze Surfer. Yeah, but John Walker didn't have originally powers, but he taught you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, originally John Walker didn't have powers either. That's right. I thought it was silly for either one of them to be able to toss the shield the way they did. Boo Falcons. That's right. Hey, you know how you traumatize a Falcons fan? Just say the numbers, 28-3, and that's it. That's all you have to do. They will want to kill you. So, sports hatred. I miss football.
Is that a loss that they had? I take it.
The only thing that would ever make a Saints fan more happy than winning a Super Bowl, which we finally got to do, was seeing the Falcons lose any game, especially the Super Bowl. And a few years ago, they were with the fourth quarter, they were up 28-3 and had the Super Bowl in the bank, and I was so depressed because I hate them so much. Oh my God, the Falcons are going to win the Super Bowl, and then the Patriots came back and beat them. Tom Brady, who I usually don't like, came back from 25 points, which is unheard of. Look at past best Super Bowl ever. Second best, dude. Ours was the best because we won one. And look, I mean, I'm so sick about football, Purple, that in 2010 when we won that Super Bowl, I was caught on camera crying. Like damn, I cried that day like a baby. I thought I was going to die whatever Saints never winning a Super Bowl. It meant that much to me. So to lose the NFL last year was pretty tough. But if we could never have one, I could at least die happy if the Falcons could never have one. And the Falcons losing the Super Bowl is the only thing is second only to the Saints ever winning one. And so that was such a beautiful thing. I was sitting there bummed out, like they're gonna win the Falcons gonna win the fucking Super Bowl. Jesus Christ! What the? And then like they're gonna whoop. And when they lost it, you'd think we won it. You'd think it was that good. That's how much we hate them.
And it was that very moment that Clobby became a Tom Brady fan.
Yes, for that brief minute. Now I'm back to hating Brady. But right there, Tom Brady was my hero. Thank you, Tom. With your goddamn 10 rings. He's the Mandarin now with 10 rings. He needs to quit.
Well, at least he's wearing the rings on his fingers.
Yeah. Well, score one for Purple. That's right. Instead of stupid arm bracelets, what the hell is arm bangles? The 10 bangles. What is it with that? It's supposed to be rings. In fact, I know that the Ben Kingsley Mandarin was fake, which was stupid.
Yes,
but he had rings.
He could have been a really good Mandarin.
Oh yeah. He was amazing. He was amazing. But
again, another waste of a really good actor.
You know that they try, and before they pulled this crap with Shang-Chi having a Mandarin, they did this little short film, which acted like maybe it was going to be there was a Mandarin after all. They almost insinuated that maybe that really was going to be Ben Kingsley, but no. Yeah, that was a great Super Bowl there, D-Bud. You're a Raiders fan, huh? Well, yeah, you guys. Marcus Allen, there you go. Great run. One of the greatest runs ever. But yeah, I have to watch old football on YouTube now. They got old games on there and old NFL films because the game's been ruined. But anyway, one of these days, Vigilante Williamson and Nick Weiser and I, we're all going to get together and do a football show. But I can't do it on this channel because people only want geek stuff over here. Used to get picked on for doing it on my old BTR. Mm-hmm. So I had to set up a special night for it on Saturday nights for doing my football stuff.
I think you need a separate channel where you can just rant about football.
I probably should, but I only care about old NFL history now and then old game. I don't watch the new crap anymore. Otherwise, I would. If I hadn't lost them, that was the plan when I moved over here. I was gonna maybe not another channel, but it was gonna be a different show for this on this channel, like just once a week, reviewing all the games, with a buddy of mine, like I used to do, and every week, And but then the NFL had to tear my heart out. But it figures it happened because it happens in all my geek stuff. Why not that? That's the only thing I loved as much as geek stuff. Purple was that. The only thing I loved that mattered to me as much as my or close to as much as me as my comics and my Star Trek, was football. And they ruined it. New Orleans, let's see, Clobberin told me New Orleans threw a bigger celebration party in than Tampa that year. Well, no, that was New England, but yeah. When we won the Super Bowl the year we did, there was 2 Mardi Gras. You've heard of Mardi Gras, I take it.
Oh, yeah.
There were over 1 million people down there in New Orleans for that. So, I went to it, to the big parade, where they took the city shut down like it always does. It was on the Tuesday after the Super Bowl, and maybe almost 2 million, and not one crime was committed.
Wow.
Everyone was too happy. And I cannot tell you how many people had stories of, if only my uncle or my father or this, that, and the other would live to see this, or how many people were in hospitals getting to watch it, and how many people were like, I never thought I would live to see this. Oh man, I wish so. It's that football, sports can be that way, I don't know. I know you. Well, look, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. You have a different sport over there, but you have people just as crazy about the sports over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and the people get passionate about it. I mean, which is great. But
again, it's something that brings people together, and it's multi-generational. It's
fun sitting in that. It was great sitting in that dome, yelling and screaming like maniacs together with people you don't even know, and cutting up and rooting for a team. Well, Dad, man, I'm one of those weirdos. All you ever hear about football from football people is they like college better than the pros. I've always been more into the pros. I like college football. The LSU Tigers 2 years ago had the greatest season of any college team in the history of sports. And because I'm from here, I do love what LSU did. Keely Chow, if was here, he would get mad at me because he's a Roll Tide guy, but we beat you that year, boy. His Tide are the best college franchise ever, but that year we had the best year than anybody. And then it's where they're lucky because it was the year before all of football got ruined. I can still watch college, even they do the woke crap too. But compared to the Quidditch World Cup, where no crime wasn't committed. I like college football, just not my. You're a Florida Gators fan. Oh, okay. You need to talk to Keely Chow. Well, I don't know if Florida and Alabama hate each other more, or LSU and Alabama hate each other more. I'm not sure. But
I had no idea there was so much animosity between all the teams.
Oh gosh, if you look at the rivals between Giants and Eagles fans, it's evil. And we got Mark D is a Giants fan. They could tell you, Eagles fans, of course, Eagles Stadium is where they once booed Santa Claus, and they used to have a jail in the old Eagles Veterans Stadium, a jail. Yeah, Eagles fans and Giants fans have, I think, killed each other at some points.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure about that. Some fans, you know what the thing is, because the South is so polite. We joke about the Falcons. Falcons fans come down here in the thousands. When they come there for the 1 year to play here, we played 2 games a year, one there, one here. And Falcons and Saints fans, we hate for all the hate I'm talking about. Falcons and Saints fans treat each other like brothers. It's a friendly rivalry. They come down and party with us at the tailgate with each other at both places, get along and have a good time. I mean, just fights happen, but I mean, for the most part, it's friendly. Like, we hate the team, but with the fans and come down, and it's a fun time. Whereas some stadiums you go, you can get attacked if you're wearing your colors.
That sounds like Millwall and West Ham United in the UK.
Indeed.
London teams that despise each other.
Yes, it's bad. Now again, in fact, you could probably tell me stories that are way worse than down here, but it can be bad. But over here with football, nothing really horrible has happened. I've heard you got some bad fights over there with some of them, but
yeah, some of them will just go to the games just to fight with the opposite fans. They don't even go to watch the game.
They just go to watch the fight. Oh my goodness, D-Bud. I'm not a big Louisiana Tech guy. You know, I hated the Steelers as much as you did in the 70s. But I love Bradshaw now. All these dumbass sometimes. But I hated those Steelers in the 70s.
I need this story about why the Eagles fans booed Santa.
You knew about that one?
No. What's that about?
In the 60s, I think it was late 60s, early 70s, Santa Claus came out on the field and the Eagles fans just booed. That's right. There it is again. The Eagles fans booed Santa. Mm-hmm. They booed him off the field just because they're jackasses. Yeah, I'm sorry. We got it. By the way, I have friends who are Eagles fans, so I'm not trashing all the Eagles fans. I'm just saying.
I hope they all got coal for Christmas.
They should have. Well, they did something nastier than that one time. To be honest, Eagles fans, look, there are plenty of lovely people in Philadelphia. It's the city of brotherly love. But there was a Tampa Bay player for a playoff game. I think it was before a playoff game. Oh, they were pissed off at Tampa for knocking him out of the playoffs the year before. And one of their players had just lost a child.
Oh, no.
And he was still playing like a few days later. And some people were saying some nasty shit. Hey, I went to an away game in Atlanta one time right after Katrina, and there were assholes making Katrina jokes. Worse than that. I mean, they got, but it's so bad between New York and Philadelphia, the Eagles and the Giants. They made a movie called The Fan with that idiot Patton Oswalt.
Ugh.
He plays a Giants fan who kills an Eagles fan or something. Anyone see that movie?
No. Probably because it's got Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, I hate him. I watched part of it, but I can't stand him. But they did make a movie about Eagles fans and Giants fans hating each other that much.
Jesus.
I think it's called The Fan or something. Has anyone seen that? Anyone out there? I mean, he's in it, so I never watched it. I can't stand the guy. I just started thinking. I don't know. Like I say, I don't keep up. I don't even keep up with pros anymore. But I don't keep up with college enough. Now, I used to keep up with the pros to the point where this was the weirdest year of my life, not keeping up with it. And when the draft happened back in April, I'm such a sicko. I even follow everything going on in the draft. And this time I ignored it. And that's bad. That's bad when you're watching the draft. And Tebow, I do want to know what happens with Tebow, Dad, man, though, with the Jaguars. I think that's kind of silly. Are you a Jaguars fan there, Dad, man? He's probably still in Florida. He's in Florida, so must be. But yeah, we I miss it. But the game's got, to be honest, it's sissified anyway now with all the rules. Listen, Tom Brady, you can't even hurt his feelings without getting a penalty flag thrown. Maybe it's not the Fan; it's got a different name. Yeah, the Fan's the one with Robert De Niro. I'm sorry, but there's a Patton Oswalt movie where he's a fan. What is that name of that thing? I'll find out later. But of the Giants, I think, and he kills an Eagles fan or something. He's crazy. I'm not making it up. It happened. So, yeah, the game's sissified here. You can't hit a point. You can beat up other quarterbacks a little bit, but there's still a lot of protections for them. But if you sneeze on Tom Brady, you get 15-yard penalty.
Big fan.
It's called Big Fan?
Big Fan, yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure when it was made, but
2009. Okay.
Because he's a weirdo. Can't stand him.
No.
But it was typecasting, though. Because he was a little piece of filth. Yeah, so, but, they did do Santa Claus. So, hey, D-Bud, look, I actually love your Raiders, but they did throw a Dolphins fan in a wheelchair over the side of the stadium one time onto the field. So
what?
They did. Look, they say you don't go near the black hole is what they used to call. I feel bad for D-Bud because his Raiders moved to Las Vegas, but the Oakland Raiders, which they shall always be, sir, even though I know they won Super Bowls as the Los Angeles Raiders, had this thing called the Black Hole. And boy, they would dress up like Darth Vader and all these other. I mean, they were hardcore, those Raiders fans. And I love them for it. But they did throw a Dolphins fan in a wheelchair over the side of the railing one time. But not the, you can't blame the whole fan base.
No, but wow.
Well, Bears fans were Hey, look, my buddy Jobber, he's a Bears fan, but they were horrible to Saints fans at a playoff game one time, an NFC Championship game. But a bunch of my family were there, and they had fights and fight. They were treated horrible in the stores. They were not even in the stadium. If they were wearing Saints stuff out in the store somewhere, and they were treated like horribly by people, merchants, and a lot of different people, and had things thrown at them. They had nasty signs about Katrina. This was right after Katrina happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know if you're familiar with Hurricane Katrina, which devastated New Orleans. I mean, it was terrible.
Yep, the levees burst. Yep.
Yeah, so but that you can't say the whole thing. Some of my dearest friends are Bears fans, so you know, what does that prove? Just because a few scumballs, you know. The bad says, ask Paulie how sweet and kind Dodgers fans are. Yeah, and he's a Dodgers fan, Paulie. So. So there you go. Being a fan is not easy, is it? You're lucky. I don't know if you're in any sports, Purple, but you're lucky not being in any.
I'm a casual fan. I prefer rugby over football. So
nice.
That's what I'll watch.
Nice. I think I'm going to just start getting into lacrosse. Just kidding.
Curling.
Curling is evil. You know,
a lot of people that have gotten into hockey.
I got a buddy, my buddy Flash. He's a huge hockey fan, the Pens fan, as is my buddy Jobber there. They just got eliminated. Sorry, guys. But I think the Canada team's in there now or something. They're big. But you know what? Hockey's kind of fun to watch. We didn't see. Well, I'm down in the South. We didn't have hockey teams down here or baseball. We're football. Nothing but football down here. No pro. We had pro basketball team now, and that's about it. But it's all football here. Pro football and college football. But other parts of the country have hockey, you know, and baseball and all that stuff. And it's great if you know. But I think some of that is what is in your area when you're young and you get into it. You know, I think so. Yeah. But well, I'll tell you what, everyone, we've been here for a while now, and I've kept Purple so late, and I would be lying to her if I told her I was sorry, because I love having her here so much. It's so much fun, but it is so late for her.
Oh, I love being here. Thank you. And Paris says women's diving is nice. I would add volleyball as well to that list.
Oh, yes, like the kind on the beach or what?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, women's beach volleyball? We don't like that at all, do we? Pistol Pete. Yeah, I love the New Orleans Jazz. It's so dumb that they moved to Utah and still call themselves the Jazz. Ugh. But, yep, so everyone, Wednesday night just going to be open geeking around. I don't know if Flash is going to make it or not, but it's soon on a Wednesday night. I will be doing Flash and I will, our next big list. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be. It'll be top 25 all-time favorite TV shows. Fear us.
Nice.
Because the movies, we had a lot of fun doing the movies. When in TV shows, wow, I don't even know. Well, it's going to be it may not be as tough as the movies, but it's still, you know, challenge. So, and Thursday, the Global Geek Gang, everyone, and Saturday night, Raquel and I. Oh boy, we're gonna get in trouble. Star Trek 5 and 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, I may surprise a few people with those.
I will still say it's better than anything we have now.
So. Oh yeah. There are gonna be some. Well, look, we were a little surprising this past week because I actually loved Trek 3 and 4, but I mean, I love 3 unreservedly, and so we had a few people that didn't, but most people did enjoy it. So they were pretty cool about it and liked it. But you know, that's just the way it goes there. So yes, everyone, again, Global Geek Gang Thursday, 1 p.m. and Central Standard Time, of course. And yes, Star Trek 5 and 6 Sunday night. Thank you all so much for being here. Don't forget Iconicon on the 7th. And everyone, have a wonderful night. And the biggest applause, of course, folks, for the beautiful and the wonderful, my fantastic friend, Purple Valkyrie. Thank you so much, Purple.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. big thank you to you, Clobby, and thank you to everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome, as always.
You are phenomenal, everyone. Of course, please, if you have, well, there cannot be, I refuse to believe it's even possible for anyone here to not already be subscribed to Purple. But if you're not, you better get over there and do it, or I will find you. I will find you. Because I have a particular set of skills. I will find you, and I will. Well, I can't threaten violence, so I'd say, and I will annoy you. How about that? You know when he tells the dude, I will find you, and I will kill you. Well, I can't go that far, but I can say, I will find you, and I will really, really bother you a lot. So thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Oh, they're all subscribed to you, but the link is right there. But thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Good.